building in Minecraft has drastically changed. From looking like this a couple years back, to something like that nowadays. And that has led to many people not daring to show off their builds anymore, thinking they'd just become too bad at it. But I don't think that's true at all, so let's see what happened to the world of building. So I first want to show you a build I made a couple years ago, and then we will compare my builds to the builds of one of the best builder on the planet at the moment. So as you can see, this is just a normal house I built for my survival series about 2 years ago. And if we want to talk about the techniques that I used, you can see there is a gradient from the dark colors to the lighter colors. We can see many different techniques of detailing surrounding the windows, using trapdoors, using slabs, and a couple buttons as well. And obviously using a couple bushes and a bit of greenery to make the house look a bit more interesting. But as a whole, it is just a house. It has bold shapes here, here, and here, 3 main shapes that make up the house, and the roof is a complete red roof. And my point is that this way of building just worked. You had a shape, and you could recognize what it was. This is not a very realistic house at all, but nobody would mistake it for anything else. If we take a look at a build I made more recently, of course I am using many new blocks, many new techniques that I've seen. However, it doesn't have to be ultra realistic. It is still just bold shapes. The main point of the house is that there is this big roof in the shape of a witch hat. And that's what makes it unique. Does it look ultra realistic up front? No, it doesn't. Does it look ultra realistic from afar? No, it doesn't. However, do these things look like windows? Yes, they do. Does this look like a tower? Yes, it does. And that's what building was. It was about making clear shapes, good buildings, with a couple of tricks and tips that everybody could learn, and if it was recognizable, then it was good enough for everyone. So I am here on the Hermitcraft Season 10 World Download, and I am at B-Dubs' base, B-O-O's base, and I want to start up front by saying, although I am going to compare my builds to his builds, of course his builds are 1,000,000 times better than mine, and B-Dubs' building skills are just so incredible. So if we take a look at this build, which I chose because it is just a simple one, it's just almost a background build, as you can see there's a major difference with my builds. Because this, although it uses many interesting colors, and its purpose being a super smelter is not realistic at all, the build is just so incredibly realistic. It could literally be in the real world. And as of the techniques, you can see that the coloring, the block palettes are just so complex. As you can see, look at the amount of blocks that are used just in this tiny area. And from afar, it just looks absolutely stunning. Every single block has been placed meticulously to fit the theme of the real world. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely love the fact that now we can build so realistic buildings in Minecraft. And I find it so incredible that so many builders are being inspired by B-O-O and all of these new builders. However, it doesn't mean that we have to abandon the old way of building. And most importantly, it doesn't mean that it's bad. If we look at this tree, built by B-Dubs of course, it's very realistic. And you can see that it's very complex. It's using tuff, it's using very precise block placing and everything. And it is quite a magnificent tree. However, if we look at this tree, which I built a long time ago, and don't get me wrong, I think I got better at building trees as well, but it does still work. I mean, it's a spruce tree, just like the one we saw. It's just using easier blocks and easier techniques, and it's accessible to everyone, and people who build like this should not be ashamed. And I want to make it clear that I'm not making this video to say that my way of building is better, or that the way I built is still good. This applies to so many people that I hear saying, oh, I'm not that good at building, I can't build anymore, I can't keep up with the pace at which people are building so realistically and with so many tiny details and it takes so much time. Yes, it's true. Maybe we're not in the trend at the moment. However, that doesn't mean we're not good builders, right? Like many people watching, I'm sure, I learned how to build watching Grian's building videos and just his videos in general. So if we take a look at his magnificent base from Season 8 of Hermitcraft, you can see what I'm saying. This is the way people used to build. As you can see, this building here is just a simple shape. It uses simple ideas for the windows, very recognizable, and just easy texturing. It looks good from afar, it looks good from the front. Does it look ultra realistic? No, it doesn't. And to me, it doesn't matter that it's not the most realistic thing in the world. Walking in this alley is magical, and every building looks magnificent. Although, if you take a close look at this building, in today's builder's world, it's maybe not the most realistic thing in the world, the most well-detailed thing in the world, and the most well-colored thing in the world. But you can tell what it is, and it just fits. So, what's the point of this video? How should you build? What should you do? The truth is, you should build however you want and however makes you feel good. But you should not be ashamed of what you do, and not be ashamed if it's not ultra realistic, if it doesn't fit the vibe of today's building trends. So, everybody watching, build the way you like. Build what's in your mind. Let your creative world, like mine here, be the inside of your head and not the mind of someone else. You have the right to express your creativity the way you like, and Minecraft is here for everybody, and not for someone to tell you how you should build and how your creative world should look like. If this is the way you like to build or you aspire to build, then that's great. And if this is the way you like to build or would like to build, then that is great too. Building in Minecraft has completely changed, becoming very realistic, very much time consuming, using incredibly difficult palettes of colors and shading and texturing, using so many blocks and details and techniques. But at the end of the day, you should build the way you like. And if your build represents something and it's recognizable, then that's just good enough. So get building, everybody. So if you've watched this video till this point, I want to thank you so much for watching. If you're a subscriber, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome here. I want to say I am so sorry for not making any videos for the last 10 months, but now I am definitely back to making videos, and I thank you so much for your patience. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to try to diversify my content, but I am definitely back to making videos. So see you in the next one.